Jesus Christ, if this part didn't take a long time, then I don't know what does count as a long time. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, I'm RunnerGuitar and welcome to this new part of Sonic Generations. We have just finished defeating Shadow around a month ago. I'm sorry for taking so long, guys, I really am. I've been busy with some personal stuff, but anyway, ignoring that, we are now going to be doing some missions here in order to be able to advance. As I mentioned before, in order to be able to complete this game, you need to fight the bosses. You need to obtain the keys that you obtain by doing extra missions around the stages. So we're right now going to be doing Speed Highway, and honestly, this is not the most interesting one of the missions, but this is a gimmick that you will be using a lot, and something that I really like about this game. The missions revolve all around the skills. These are the skills that you will be using around most of the game. For example, this mission revolves around smashing the boxes with your ground pound attack. Using this attack, Sonic will jump. You do it by jumping and pressing the B button on the Xbox version. And what you do is that Sonic slams into the ground below him, and if the ground is weak enough, he will actually crush it into little pieces. I really do enjoy doing this mission because it helps you practice and get used to these abilities that you can use. Because even though sometimes the game will tell you you can do this attack, it's awkward sometimes if you don't know what abilities you have. So even though I already know this control scheme pretty well, for a newbie that has never played any type of Sonic game and is not used to the controls of this particular version of Sonic, or is more used to the Sonic Adventure version or the such, then these missions are a real treat because they can actually learn how to do the things that they have to do. They bring a good challenge, and the challenge actually so well that it actually would fit inside the actual level itself. Although I'm really glad that they don't have the mission, this particular mission being part of the Speed Highway stage. It would be pretty annoying if it was. But there's not much I can say about this mission. Just be careful about where you do your ground pound, because depending on where you do it, you can actually land on bombs that will take away your like that, or you can land on a lot of rings, or not land anywhere, losing time and wasting it. And that's pretty much for this mission. Like I said, the game in general is pretty easy, so getting S ranks in these missions is pretty much a piece of cake. Really damn easy in my opinion. Right now we're going to be moving on to City Escape. It's there's missions in this stage. Well, some of them are pretty memorable, but some I don't particularly like. Like, there's this one mission with Rouge where you have to race her, and in order to win you have to get to the end of the goal before her, but the stage is done in such a dickish way that I can't find myself to enjoy that level. Might just be me, but hey, I guess. Anyway, we are not going to be doing that particular mission. Instead, we're going to be doing another classic mission, which I really enjoy, and is a reference to the older games. Runner, the mission is right there, you just passed it. Anyway, we're going to be doing the skating mission. I'm saying that this mission references the old games because during the Game Gear games, Sonic would get this power-up where by jumping into it he would get a skateboard that he could use to defeat enemies. And also during the opening 10 seconds of a ice cap zone in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Sonic was able to ride a snowboard that although didn't do anything, what looked pretty damn cool. And with this skateboard, what you have to do is reach to the end of the goal before the time ends. Pretty simple enough. If you jump on top of enemies, you will hit them and you can bounce and get extra time. However, if you do hit some kind of wall or the enemy, you will lose your skateboard and you will be forced to ride the stage as normal Sonic. Normal Sonic is a bit slower than the skateboard in the beginning, but then he will also have more speed than the skateboard itself, so if you want to get an S rank, then you can very easily go running as normal Sonic, but the stage is really designed so that you are forced to use the skateboard to get the best time. And the skateboard I think only appears in this particular mission and as a power-up in this stage. I don't think that the skateboard appears as a power-up in any other stage other than City Escape. This might have to do with the fact that City Escape is very memorable due to the fact of the whole Sonic riding the snowboard fiasco, but I'm not completely sure about that. If there is another stage that I'm forgetting where classic Sonic can use a skateboard, please let me know, because that would seem pretty damn interesting, I think. And now we go to Seaside Hill. Seaside Hill actually has some of the most entertaining missions in my opinion. One can range from actually what was it? One can range from being forced to do tricks. One can range to race against the time in a completely new stage. One can be it all is very creative and really damn cool. Some missions actually also make you not only race against your friends or fight against them, but it also makes you work along with them. For example, I believe that there was a mission in the next era that we'll be visiting, the modern era, where you can work with Blaze the Cat from Sonic Rush to turn off some fire hits that you can do. However, we are not in the modern era yet, so we're going to be doing another... Runner, what are you doing? Sonic? Sonic, where are you going? The mission I wanted to do was up there. Okay, I guess we can do the trick one. Okay, so the trick mission. The trick mission is pretty simple. You go through rings and take different ways that you want to take in order to complete the stage. The more tricks that you can make, the better your score. The better your score, the higher you go, and the higher you go, the better time you can get. It's pretty damn good and pretty damn simple. Wait, what? Runner, what are you doing? Runner, you were doing a perfectly good mission. Sonic, go back into the mission. Back into the mission. Jesus Christ, did I really forget to edit this? Oh god. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna roll with it. Whatever. We can do any mission except for that one right there. Runner, what do you do? Don't do that mission. You can do that. Okay, do that. No, don't do that mission. Whatever you. Fucking asshole! Past me. This is the Rouge mission. The mission that proves that Eggman's robots have
piece of junk robot is no match for my charms.
Sexual desires. Yes, I died twice in this mission, but yes. This mission is the Rouge Assist mission in Seaside Hill. This mission is pretty simple. You summon Rouge so that she flashes the robots. They become dazed, like, oh my god, a pair of breasts, I must touch it. And then you can hit them because they drop their shields. Otherwise, you can't do squat in this level, meaning that you're gonna be stuck because when you get past this stage, you not only boost, but you also need to defeat the robots because they can make the land that you can go through. I'm pretty sure that because it's water, you can run on it if you have the boost, but I haven't seen any way to do that effectively because the boost runs by pretty fast. But yeah, just picture this for a second. Look at what we're doing. We're having Rouge the Bat, aka fan service incarnate, seduce Eggman's robots. What kind of fucked up mind must Sega have in order to give Robs a libido for a bat? I know I defend anime, but guys, this is pretty damn weird, even for Japan standards, or stereotypical Japan standards. But anyway, moving on and ignoring the fact that I really don't wanna keep doing this mission because it's kinda awkward. This mission is pretty simple, and if you ignore the disturbing fact that Eggman's robots are falling in love with a big-breasted bat, the mission is rather enjoyable. I do like this remix of the Sonic 3D Blast music. Really enjoyable and really catchy and really soothing actually. Really fitting the quote-unquote theme that this mission has, which is James try and be a Bond girl for robots. But this is pretty annoying because I sometimes find it really finicky when Rouge's hearts actually hit the robots and when they don't. I sort of got sometimes I do hit the robots with the Rouge's hearts and nothing happens.
Sonic,
And I don't know what was going on with me here. I guess I was trying to do some kind of visual effect, but I guess I failed. That doesn't matter. With the end of this mission, we have obtained the third key, meaning that we can fight the boss of the Genesis era. And this boss is pretty unique. It is not like any other boss you're gonna see in this game. Pretty damn cool, if I do say so myself, and a really great recreation of a particular boss that we've been waiting for ages, ever since the game came out. What game am I speaking of? Well, if I would stop being a stupid dumbass and go to the mission, we will find out who this boss is. And I have no idea what I'm doing in City Escape. Dude, the mission... Oh, I forgot the key, right. Yeah, something that kind of bothers me is that you have to go and pick up the key after you finish a mission. You can't just go... You can't go... Like, you finish the mission and you obtain the key. You have to go get it for some reason. It kind of bothers me why they did it that way. But it's nothing that I'll lose hair over. Anyway, here we have it. The boss of the Dreamcast era. Now it's time for me to have the biggest orgasm of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, if you know me very well, you know that I love Crush 40. What is the first boss that introduced Crush 40? Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Perfect Chaos. Oh yes! I can die happily now. I really can. Hi, my childhood. Anyway, Perfect Chaos. Unlike the other bosses in this game, this boss in itself is a level. You're not racing against him to get to a power sphere. You're not hitting him many times as you run past him. No, you have this whole stage designed specifically for new modern Sonic's abilities. And you have to go, just like when you did it in the Dreamcast era, go through the water and hit the motherfucker's brain! I really do love how visually awesome this stage looks and how awesome Perfect Chaos, because in the original Dreamcast version, the CG just looked amazing, and then when you play the stage, it looked like a freaking Play-Doh monster. And I really hated that. It just took out all of the seriousness from the monster. But Perfect Chaos now just looks amazing. Even though the armor kinda boggles me a bit, it does look pretty damn cool. I do really like this rendition of Open Your Heart, but something that bothers me is that it's not as intense as the original version. And the main vocals during the chorus are changed with the background vocals. I don't know why this was done that way, but it's nothing too bad because they actually think that I can sing it now. See what I gotta do. Open your heart, it's gonna be alright. Sorry, I love Crush 40 too much. Anyway, moving on. The stage actually has checkpoints, which is pretty good because I assured you, you're gonna run out of boost a lot in this stage. And actually something that I really do find interesting is this musical change right here. It changes from the new version of Open Your Heart to a rearranged, more intense version of the second boss of Sonic Adventure. This game really went all out as to being a homage for the series, and I really do love it for that. Ladies and gentlemen, I really do love this boss. I can easily say it's one of my favorite bosses in this game, if not my favorite boss. It may kick my ass left and right sometimes, but it is the must boss in my opinion. And also something that I like about this boss is that we're fighting Perfect Chaos as normal Sonic. Sonic has become more stronger ever since he was around 15. He's now 20, 21st. He has just proved that he grows stronger with each battle, which means that Perfect Chaos is weaker than Solaris, he's weaker than Metal Overlord and the such, but he's still pretty damn powerful. This proves how much awesome the character is. This is very indirect character development and it is done beautifully. Or at least I think so anyway. You can disagree if you want, I don't care, my fucking opinion. Anyway, that was Perfect Chaos, that was Crush 40. I can die happily now. Sonic, carry me away.
You've brought back quite a bit of this world.
Yay, all the good games are back!
You're doing great, Sonic.
You mean you're doing great, Sonics?
Right. I may never get used to that.
Ha ha ha. During this game isn't the best. Right, I can tell that there was so much they could do, and there actually was a lot they were planning on doing, but they didn't do it at the end for some stupid reason.
That monster sure didn't like that emerald.
No, the emerald didn't like
Things
him.
have come in handy in the past. We've already got a couple, but we need that emerald.
Don't you do in every game?
You should go over there and check it out. I bet you can bring that Chaos Emerald back just like you brought back our friends.
And I bet you double we're gonna need all 7 emeralds.
Like I said, you do that in every game, Tails. You're like Shido in Fate Stay
You guys
Night.
have your work cut out for you.
An adventure's no fun if it's too easy.
And on that I can agree, and that's why I love Devil Survivor. But anyway, now that I have my musical orgasm, and that we have finished the Dreamcast era, it's now time to go to the hardest era, the one that includes a reference to a horrible game and 2 awesome games. If you're a fan of Sonic, then you know what I'm talking about. Guys, get ready to see my ass whipped the left and right, but that will be on the next part. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the RunnerGuitar, and I'll see you guys later!